Hey, how's it going? I'm Xarkun. This is World of Warships Legends. On the screen, you see my build for a level 16 Azur Lane Nelson commander. Got Cunningham at level 16 as well, and Galler as inspirations. This, of course, is the build that I am using on the legendary HMS Hood in the following game. We're going to be on the map Atlantic Domination Mode, and I suppose, I was taking the hood out with the intention of kind of making a follow-up video to the Nelson video that I just put up a couple of days ago, which covers the Nelson with the Big 7 AP. Just as a reminder, the Big 7 skill on the Azur Lane Nelson commander decreases the battleship's shell penetration by 15%, which seems like a major nerf to penetration on paper, and also increases the maximum damage done by the battleship's AP and HE shells by 16%, which is a massive buff. The question is the trade-off worth it? And again, I'll let you be the judge. You can see some of the salvos I get on some pretty heavily armored targets in this game seem to do just fine. And we're going to be shooting exclusively AP throughout the course of this game. British battleships are unique with their AP shells. They have a short arming time on their fuses, which means they tend to penetrate a layer of a battleship's armor and then detonate before reaching the citadel. They can still cause massive damage when they do that, but you're not going to get those big knockout citadel hits that you might get on other battleships. That doesn't mean the Hood and the rest of the British battleships with their short-fused AP are not dangerous when they're shooting at enemy battleships. There you see our first shot at an angled Gneisenau. We hit him for nearly 12k there, so that's a pretty juicy salvo. And I think we're going to see a couple other salvos later in the game against other heavily armored targets that do much more damage than that, if I'm not mistaken. What's that? We've got a Bismarck out there? Oh boy, good thing he's not accurate and his shell didn't detonate us. Too soon. We take a follow-up shot at him, or a responding shot, a retort, if you will. Doesn't hit him for a lot of damage, but I think we did more to him than he did to us with his single shell. Enemy Otago out there. Of course, the British short-fused AP is fabulous for deleting cruisers. If we can hit this guy, we should be able to cause some nasty damage to him. Let's see what these shells do. Well, actually, it doesn't look like they did anything. We missed. That's unfortunate. Vladivostok, very heavily armored target. Kinda looks like he's giving broadside, but if you look on the minimap, he is ever so slightly angled toward us, so we probably shouldn't expect a whole ton of carnage from this salvo, and in fact, we don't get it. We only get 4,300. Only a single shell actually penetrated his ship. The other shell that hit him ricocheted, so that's 2 shells out of 8. Not exactly the best hit ratio there. I did accidentally select one of the legendary skills on the Azur Lane Nelson commander, and both of those skills, to put it mildly, leave a lot to be desired. There's a better hit on the Vladivostok. One of the skills the one I chose, cuts down, I think, the rudder shift and makes the turret traversed faster at the expense of increased dispersion, and I don't want to make the guns on any battleship less accurate, but it's either that or increased torpedo detectability range. Why do that if you have sonar? At the expense of a single repair party. And I didn't put Azur Lane Nelson. There's a 10k hit on that Gneisenau. Wow. I didn't put Azur Lane Nelson up to level 16 just to have 4 repair parties with Master Mechanic, so I went with the lesser of 2 evils. Now, take a look at the map, if I can direct your attention up there for a moment. I'm kind of here toward, the eastern border of the map. Meanwhile, up in the sort of northeastern corner, kind of to the left of Charlie over there, we see the majority of the enemy team clustered up into a ball in an interesting, take on a lemming train / black hole. It's not going to work out too well for the enemy team. So far, no ships on either side have yet gone down, and nobody holds a cap circle, but it looks like my team is closing in on Alpha, and the Vladivostok goes down to the friendly Kutuzov for the first kill of the match, and the first blood goes to him. The second kill, though, it's not going to take very long. Just as soon as these guns get loaded, the shot is out at a very low health Gneisenau sailing out there. He is being pummeled by probably that Kutuzov that just killed the Vladivostok. But we miss. And the Gneisenau changes his speed and course ever so slightly to throw the shot off. It's only going to prolong his life for a short time. Got the front two guns on him now. We don't bother looking his... Well, we kind of bother looking his way, but we take him out there for our first kill of the game. And now we're taking aim at our arch nemesis, the Bismarck, who is angled in ever so slightly. We do take kind of a nasty chunk from whatever battleship's directly in front of us. We've got our bow pointed at him, and, we're presenting about a 45-degree angle to the Bismarck, who is busy shooting at the teammate in front of us. Not necessarily that big of a threat. 2 shells hit the Bismarck, 2 ricochet. Not fabulous. We've got a hipper there. I thought the torpedo range was about 6 kilometers on that guy, and turn on the sonar just to be safe. While taking a shot at this broadside King George, the sonar detects torpedoes. Oh no. But we hit the King George for 15k. We're going to have to take probably 1, maybe 2 of these torps, which, alright, we only get 1 thanks to the hood's nice speed. That's not what you would say a preferable outcome, but more preferable than taking all the torps and dying, so we're still in the fight, we're still kicking. We haven't lost that much HP in the grand scheme of things, and we've got the entire enemy team here to shoot at. So we would like a little bit of revenge on the hipper, but the Bismarck, he's just too low health, we can't pass this up. Gotta secure that kill, and here we go. HMS Hood takes down the Bismarck. Bit of alternate history for you there. Now we can focus on either the King George or the hipper, but the hipper's behind an island, so I guess the King George it is. And you can see with that last salvo, the King George is not exactly a lightly armored ship. And for that matter, neither is the hipper. Of course, the hipper is a cruiser, and the Hood is fantastic at hitting cruisers. 18k and a Citadel on that guy. I think we also took out his engines. Taking a little bit of fire from that enemy Galissonier who goes down. I didn't realize he went down at this point until I came around the island, and I think I spot his floating carcass after I get distracted by this New Orleans, who has absolutely no hit points. Don't even have to look, that guy is dead. There's the carcass of the Galissonier. Don't have to worry about him. So I am able to refocus my attention on the rest of the enemy team. Looks like every single one of them is over here. I don't know what was up here in this corner that they thought they needed to investigate. But, they've taken themselves out of any kind of position to have any effect on the capture circles. We've secured Alpha. My team is securing Charlie. These guys, basically they don't have a snowball's chance in hell at this point. King George coming around the corner, flat broadside. We'll see if this is enough to take him out. And the results are a negative on that one. We only get 2 shells to hit, 1 penetration, 1 shatter. Unfortunate. Sometimes RNG just says, nope, not gonna happen for you. Meanwhile, we're taking a look at the Hipper as we angle toward the King George and the enemy Gneisenau out there. Looks like the Hipper is backing up. So again, we're going to launch a salvo at him. And he manages to bounce 2 of the shells off of his 27mm stern armor, or maybe that's his bow. I can't tell which part is facing us. He hits us relatively hard in return. We can't sit here and give him broadside. Luckily, he goes down. Otago out there. Given flat broadside, we're going to demonstrate again, I think, on this guy exactly what the hood can do to broadside cruisers. Short-fused AP means no citadels on battleships for the most part, but citadels on cruisers are a lot easier to come by, and these shells tend to not over-penetrate. That first hit on the Otago was not a dev strike that, I would have liked, but we've got another chance here as this Otago continues to give broadside. Shot is out again. This time, it's right on the money. Citadel, that guy goes down. We're up to 114,000 damage, giving perhaps a little bit too much broadside to this King George. Luckily, he dies. Widespread torpedoes from the Gneisenau incoming. No danger of hurting us at all. We've got 4 kills, so you know what that means. This guy's the last guy left alive on the team. We are going to go for that Kraken. There are some torpedoes from the Otago. They miss us. And now, at this point, we just need to take down this Gneisenau. Unfortunately, the rest of our team is going to be shooting at him too. So, basically, at this point, it's a matter of luck as to whether I can get this Kraken or not. But this Gneisenau is giving flat broadside. Great opportunity to try and demonstrate what the AP with Big 7 can do against a heavily armored target. That shot wasn't great. Over penetration, I think the other one must have hit a turret or a module because it did no damage. We missed the Gneisenau's torpedoes yet again. And this salvo, quite a bit better, 8K. Probably would have been a lot better had those not been over penetrations through probably a superstructure. Kind of trying to go for the ram here. Probably should have swung the guns around a lot sooner. Maybe I could have got that Kraken. But as it stands, just as we shoot the final shot, the Gneisenau goes down. Still, pretty good game in HMS Hood. Pretty excellent results with the AP. I think we ended up there with 131,000 damage, top of the leaderboard with something like 2K base XP. So, hope you enjoyed it. If so, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.